大家好，我是菲菲老师。Today, let's continue with part 2 of lesson 2. First of all, let's see text 3. You can read after me. 佳悦，你看，学校里有家电影院。是啊，电影院还不小，他们卖的电影票也很便宜。天啊，有的还不到20块钱。那你想不想去看个电影？还是别看电影了，北京大学就很好看。Okay, as usual, 2 questions for you. First one, 安妮说北京大学里有什么 ？A. 银行 B. 电影院 C. 公交车站 Okay, second one, 有的电影票还不到多少钱 A. 10块钱 B. 20块钱 C. 30块钱Okay, let's listen to the text again and you can make your choices. 佳悦，你看，学校里有家电影院。是啊，电影院还不小，他们卖的电影票也很便宜。天啊，有的还不到20块钱。那你想不想去看个电影？还是别看电影了，北京大学就很好看。Okay, so 安妮说北京大学里有 OK 北京大学里有电影院 Okay, so we choose B here. 有家电影院家 we said first the meaning is home or family and it could also be used as the measure word for shops, enterprises. So 电影院 we could consider it as an enterprise. So 有家电影院 Okay, and then second one, 有的电影票还不到多少钱？不到多少钱。So here, let's explain a bit. 不到 So here, in HSK 1, we learned 到, right? The meaning is, do you still remember? To reach or arrive, right? Reach or arrive. For example, 到家 arrive home. 到学校 arrive school. So here, 有的还不到20块钱. So it actually still means reach or arrive, but it's just using its abstract meaning, abstract concept. So arriving school, arriving home, you are physically arriving somewhere, but here 还不到20块钱. So it hasn't reached 20块钱, right? So here 到 it hasn't. So here it hasn't reached 20块钱. So we choose 20块钱 B, right? B, okay. So B and B. Let's come back to the text a little bit. Here, 天啊, 天啊. Previously, the part 1, we learned if you put it at the end of the sentence, it could express your emotions, right? Emotions. And then 天, we learned it before, it means the sky. So 天啊 is actually a very common like exclamation word that you can use in Chinese. It's kind of like, oh my god, 天啊, oh my god. Some of them are not even 20 renminbi, right? Okay, 天啊. Very good. Next, let's see the vocabulary of text 3. 票, 票, 别, 别. Okay, let's see. First, 票, ticket, ticket. You can put it after, if you put it after 车票, then it's normally a bus ticket, or could also mean like like bus ticket that you buy in the city, or there could be bus that like long distance bus. It could also just say 车票 and then 机票, airplane ticket. Also, if you add 火车票 in the beginning, it becomes train ticket, and then 电影票, so movie ticket. So you add 票 at the end of something, and then it's the ticket of that. Right? Okay. For example, 最近飞北京的机票很贵. Recently, the airplane ticket to Beijing is very 贵. 贵 is what? 贵. Expensive. Right? Expensive. Okay. And then 电影票多少钱? 多少钱? How much? Right? How much is the movie ticket? 电影票多少钱? Okay. Next one. 别. So it just means don't. You put it before a verb to mean don't. For example, 别走，等等我，别走。Don't go, don't leave, wait for me. 下雨了，别去打篮球了。下雨了，别去打篮球了。So it's raining now. Don't go play basketball. Right? Don't do something. Right? Now you can make your own sentence. Can you please try? For example, how do we say, don't eat noodles? If you want to say, don't eat noodles, 别吃面条 or 别吃面条了，别吃面条了，吃点米饭吧，吃点米饭吧，别吃面条了，吃点米饭吧。Don't eat noodles, eat some rice. Right, okay, don't. 别. Right, very good. Then let's see the language point of this lesson. It's called verbs, verbal phrases, and subject predicate phrases as attributives. Okay, again, very confusing. Let's see the definition. Verbs, verbal phrases, or subject predicate phrases can be placed before a noun to indicate the characteristics or state of that noun. Okay, so let's see this in an example to understand it better. First of all, let's see the original sentence from the text. 他们卖的电影票也很便宜. So if we delete this part, if we delete this part, we just see 电影票也很便宜. This is easy to understand, right? 电影票也很便宜. Movie tickets are also very 便宜 is what? 便宜 cheap. So movie tickets are also very cheap. Then we add 他们卖的. So here it's actually a subject predicate phrase, right? Phrases. Subject is 他们, predicate 卖, the verb, right? 卖. Okay, so now we actually translate this sentence into the movie tickets that they sell is also very cheap, right? So in English, normally for example, if you have an adjective before a noun, you can place this adjective directly before the noun. But if there is a verbal phrases or subject predicate phrases to describe this noun, you will need a clause, right? You will need to put it, for example, the movie ticket that they sell is also very cheap. So you will put it after the noun, and then you will need the that to connect it, right? So this is actually the meaning is exactly the same, right? This is not something so unique in Chinese. It's not like a language point that we have to understand from the beginning. It's the same thing. It's just you use a verbal phrase, a sentence to describe a noun. The only difference is in English, you put it at the back and then you use that to connect it. But in Chinese, you can put it directly before the noun, right? 他们卖的电影票也很便宜. Let's see one more. 现在 let's put this part in the bracket. 现在学生很多. 现在学生很多. So now there are a lot of students. So 学中文的 is a what? A verbal phrase, right? Learn Chinese. 学中文的学生. So you can put it directly before the noun, which is 学生. So now there are a lot of students who study Chinese, right? If in English, now there are many students who learn Chinese, right? Okay, so we need the who to connect it, and then we put it after the noun after students, right? So in Chinese, you don't need to do that. Just put it directly before the noun. 现在学中文的学生很多, right? We use the to connect it to mean that it's a description, right? Okay, and then let's see one more example. 这是朋友给我的杯子。这是朋友给我的杯子。We can put this whole part in the bracket. 这是杯子。这是杯子。This is cup. This is a cup. 这是杯子。The simplest structure here. And 这是朋友给我的。Again, a subject predicate phrase, right? Subject 朋友 predicate 给 and then there even is a object 给我 give it to me an object, right? So here in English, this is a cup that my friend gave me. Right? This is a complete sentence in English. So again, we use that to connect it, and then we put it after the noun, after cup. But in Chinese, just put it in front of the noun and then use the to connect it. 这是朋友给我的杯子. Right? Okay, very good. Now let's try to make your own sentence. Can you please make a sentence of your own using this structure? Right? Can you try? Okay, very good. So next, let's see text 4. Right, okay, let's read it together. 北京大学很大，有4万多名学生。学校很漂亮，里边还有家电影院，电影票也不贵。我们有时间还想再过来看个电影。Okay, let's see. 2 questions. You have to make a decision if it's true or false. First one, 北京大学有4万多名外国学生。Second one, 白嘉悦和安妮现在要在北京大学看电影。Okay, let's read through the text again and then you can make your decisions. 北京大学很大，有4万多名学生。学校很漂亮，里边还有家电影院，电影票也不贵，我们有时间还想再过来看个电影。Okay, let's see. First one, 北京大学有4万多名学生 right? The original text, 学生 but here we see 外国学生. What does 外国学生 mean? We learned it in part 1, right? It means foreign students. So this is false, right? This is wrong because we have 4万多名学生 not 外国学生 right? Okay, second one, 白嘉悦和安妮现在要在北京大学. How do we translate this? 现在 now, 要 planning to, going to do something. 在北京大学在 indicates the location, right? So they're going to watch a movie now in 北京大学. But in the original text, it says 我们有时间还想再过来. So when we have time, right? 有时间 have time, we want to come back here again to watch a movie. So here, it's not now they're going to, but they would like to come back to do it again. Right? So this is also false. Both of them false. Okay, did you get it all right? Let's see the vocabulary of this text. We have only one. 过来, 过来. What does it mean? Come or come here. Right? 过来, come here. For example, 你可以过来接我一下吗？你可以过来接我一下吗？ Can you come to pick me up? Come to pick me up. Or can you come here to pick me up? For example, normally you will say this, maybe you're at the airport and then you call your friend, you say, 你可以过来接我一下吗？ Can you come to pick me up? 来，过来。And then, 朋友过来找我。朋友过来找我。Friend, come or come here to find me, to see me. 朋友过来找我。 Or you can also use it just saying 过来. You say this like 过来, 过来. So probably you're saying this to your friend, or maybe you say this to a little kid, or you say this to even your dog, right? 过来, 过来, come here, 过来, 过来. All right, so this is like same as in English. 过来, it sounds like not like a super polite or super formal version. So if you want to, of course, if you want to say it to someone you respect, you want to sound more formal, say 请过来一下, 请你过来一下. All right, let's make it more polite. Okay, 过来. Very good. So after reading this, let's see the two comprehensive questions about this lesson. First one, 北京大学怎么样？北京大学怎么样？ A. 人不多，人不多。B. 很漂亮，很漂亮。C. 东西很贵，东西很贵。Okay, so after reading all of the 4 texts of this lesson, right, you have a basic understanding about how 北京大学 is, right? 北京大学怎么样？ How is 北京大学？ So let's see. First one, 人不多. Okay, this is not the answer, right? 人不多, because we learned from the text, 北京大学 has 4万多名学生. So 40,000, more than 40,000 students. So we should actually say 人很多, 人很多. So not A. B. 很漂亮, 很漂亮 is very beautiful. Okay, yes, it's true, right? 北京大学 from the texts, we know 北京大学 is very beautiful. And then C, what about C? 东西很贵, 东西很贵, 东西 things, right? Things is very 贵, expensive. So things in 北京大学 are very expensive. But from the text, we know that they actually think things are very cheap, right? For example, movie tickets, 20块钱, right? 20块钱, 20 人民币 for movie ticket. So 东西很便宜. This one we choose B. Right? B. Okay, let's see one more. 白嘉悦和安妮有时间还想再来北京大学做什么？做什么？有时间 have time, 还想再来 they want to come again to 北京大学做什么？ To do what? A. 看学生 B. 学中文 C. 看电影Okay, first one, 看学生 not really, right? 看学生 sounds a little bit weird actually. 看学生 to look at the students. Okay, so not A. B. 学中文 to study Chinese, to learn Chinese. Okay, probably. But this is not mentioned in our texts, right? So also not B. C. 看电影. Okay, this is the answer, right? Because in the text 4, they mentioned they want to come back to 北京大学 again to watch a movie, 看电影. So we choose C for this one. Okay, very good. Now, last but not the least, 汉字 chart of this lesson. We don't have many, but these 13 characters, let's try to recognize them, right? Let's try to, at least when you see it, you know how to pronounce it, and then you know the meaning, right? The better way to memorize it is always to put it into the word that you learned, to give it a meaning, right? Instead of just standing alone. Okay, very good. That's everything of lesson 2. As you know, my mission is to make this HSK Marathon project free and accessible for everyone. So if you found value in my videos and truly want to master what you've learned today, the best way is to pick up my ultimate HSK Companion Workbook. I've designed it following 4 scientifically efficient steps: active recall for vocabularies, formula blocks for grammar, a smart writing section to break down characters for you, and most importantly, high-quality practice questions with detailed explanations to give you instant breakthrough. Grab your copy from the description below. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next lesson.